cane divers were deployed to the fields to deal with the arthropod menace.
Why didn't they just like
It's just
take one per household or something like that?
Issue. Cane toads were fucking dog shit.
Hi, my little lights. Welcome back to my channel. And today we have another reaction to the toad that broke Australia. Before we start, hopefully, just a little heads up. I did tweak my mic a little bit. I hope that you guys are able to hear me a little bit more this time. If it's still not working, please let me know. I will try and fix it as soon as possible. But let's start.
Australia is home to some of the deadliest animals on the planet.
Oh no!
But what if I told you there's one creature they all fear? An invasive species, millions strong, wiping out native animals that we are locked in combat with to this very day.
There's no way a toad did all that.
What vile beast is capable of spreading such reckless hate? The answer is this fat fucking toad. But how did this war begin? Well, to answer your question, we're going to have to go way back. The year is 1866. We are in the land down under, and our story begins the same way many tragedies do. With the British.
British.
Having gone hippity-hoppity, your ancestral home is now my property around 90 years back, the Brits were in full swing, rapidly colonising the country.
I'm so thinking that.
Included agriculture. Now, they brought with them many crops, but the...
Wait, question. Where, I forgot which one it was. Was it? Where was it? The British? So I know someone took all the spices in the world and they don't even use them. That's what I heard. I don't know if it was the British. I have to double check. But I was like, damn, if that's the thing, what the hell?
The important one in this story is sugarcane. Sugar
is
valuable, not only for trade, but also because, well, the fucking tea isn't going to sweeten itself, is it? But you see, sugarcane only grows in the heat, which ruled out the south of the country. It also likes humid environments, which ruled out Western Australia, which left them with one option. And so, the cane farmers loaded up their first Stardew Valley save in Queensland in 1866. But the farmers ran into an issue. You see, Queensland is home to these nifty little bugs called Dermalopida albahertum.
I got you. I can do that. I can do that. Dermalopida alba. Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out.
These are native beetles that hit their macros by munching on plant leaves. So when cane farmers joined the Queensland Minecraft server and set up a f***ing Hermitcraft-sized farm, the beetles were in heaven and set to work demolishing the plant leaves. Now, funnily enough, the adult bugs weren't actually the problem. Sugarcane leaves hold f***all value. But the problem is that with such an abundant food source, the bugs started multiplying, laying their eggs around the base of the plants. These eggs hatched into larvae. And unlike the grown-ups, these little worms don't eat the leaves. They eat the roots. And so sugarcane starts getting absolutely fucking spit roasted. And the farmers can do nothing but watch as sugarcane plummets through the floor along with their profits. This whole situation really pissed off the farmers, who banded together, went to the Australian government, and told them to fucking fix it. Sir, a horde of creatures is destroying the cane fields. And so, the Queensland government founded the Bureau of Sugar Experimentation Station, or the BSES, in 1900. This team of crack scientists then immediately set out trying to solve the very same issue every single Factorio player faces. This place is covered in bugs. They are breaking my shit. How do I violently slaughter the local wildlife in order to expand capitalism and my profit margins? The BSES pondered this question for 25 fucking years. They tried spraying chemical insecticides. Didn't work. They tried injecting insecticides into the soil. Didn't work. They
What the
tried
heck, then?
releasing the
What the heck
fucking
worked?
cordyceps fungus. And it still didn't work. Then, one day in the office, while pondering this question, someone had an idea.
What's the idea,
Okay,
buddy?
we are getting out
What's the solution?
by the cast of Bug's Life. Someone in this office,
Mm-hmm.
please give me anything. What about cane toads? What?
What?
Cane toads. Those big fucking fat things that exist in the cane fields in Hawaii. I mean,
Lilo and
it's a frog.
Stitch.
They eat bugs. We just introduce an invasive species to fix a problem caused by an invasive species. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
True. Everything.
And so, in June of
Wait, don't tell me.
2,400 brave cane divers were deployed to the fields to deal with the arthropod menace.
Why didn't they just like
But it's just
take one per household or something like
small
that?
issue. Cane toads were fucking dog shit. Yeah, funnily enough, big,
never mind.
fat, slow, ground-dwelling toads were not exactly the smartest solution to deal with beetles that spend the majority of their adult life 6 meters off the fucking ground. On top of that, cane toads don't dig for food either, so they didn't eat the larvae. Now, this all sounds like information that should have come up during the research and study phase of the plan.
Why didn't they do research
This, however,
first?
implies that there was a research and study phase. The BSCS did not conduct a single fucking study on environmental impact before releasing an army of cane toads. Are you fucking...
Oh my god, Jesus. They're so smart.
Complete absence of brain cells caused a rather spectacular domino effect of ecological...
Honestly, that's something I would do.
And it's going to teach you a valuable lesson about invasive species. You see, while the cane toads barely ate what they were supposed to, they did eat. And as incredibly large omnivorous toads, they ate practically anything they could fit into their mouths. Rats, mice, lizards, snails, baby birds. It was the toad equivalent of fucking Kirby.
Oh my god!
And then, not unlike the exact problem they were brought here to solve, with all that food, they started reproducing. A lot. In fact, female cane toads can lay anywhere between 8,000 to 30,000 fucking eggs per clutch. But I mean, this should not be too much of a problem. Australia is home to some of the deadliest creatures on the planet.
You know what?
Surely, the local wildlife...
You know what? I am glad that Australia is literally, like, separated from every single piece of land. Because when I tell you, if those things could cross the freaking ocean, I would, you know, self-delete. Because I have seen spiders. Huge spiders, by the way. And they're saying that there's this thing called spider crab. I don't know what it is. All I know is I saw it and it has huge legs and it was climbing the tree. And all I know is if that thing falls in my face, I'm shooting up a... Anyways. Oh my god, I'm just really glad that it's divided.
Has this under control. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Cane toads, they're poisonous. So those little bulges on the shoulder, those are parotid glands, and they are packed
You got to be kidding me.
Toxin. No, that's not a D's nuts joke. Got him! Now, whenever the adult toads are threatened, they will squirt this white, sticky fluid out of the glands.
Ayo.
When ingested, it does two things. One, makes you trip absolute balls thanks to the hallucinogenic bufotenin. And two, the other ingredient, bufogen,
But literally nothing on your face changes your life. Crazy.
Straight up gives you a fucking heart attack. It's important to note that this toxin is also present
Foreshadowing.
in their eggs and tadpoles. Now, in their natural habitat, this isn't as much of a problem because everything around them has had thousands of years to get good and deal with this fast poison build by either developing immunity or learning to eat around the glands.
But they're not from there.
Is not their ecosystem. And despite all of the deadly animals we've got, they have had a grand total of 5 minutes to adapt to the presence of the fucking Calid toad.
Oh my god.
Now, quick question for the class. What happens to an animal population when there is nothing to eat it? It gets bigger. And so,
stronger.
Shortly after being introduced, a rapidly expanding tyrannid swarm of toads began to spread across the country. The BSES noticed
There's
this
no way,
and,
bro.
Did fucking nothing. Because it technically didn't affect the sugar cane. The swarm spread further, occupying all inhabitable parts of Queensland, and they were laying so many fucking eggs.
Bro, imagine taking a shit and then you feel like something rubbing on your nuts and then you stand up and see a little toad. Anyways.
That their clutches began polluting the waterways like a bufotoxin teabag, killing native fish as well as any animals that drank from the water. The BSES did nothing. Those eggs hatched into tadpoles, which started killing more fish. The BSES still did nothing.
Oh my
The swarm
god.
had advanced, breaching into the Northern
It's little
Territory and
Warhammer.
New South Wales. When questioned, the BSES insisted the toads were doing their jobs and everything was fine.
There's
By the
no toads in
1980s,
Boston.
the toads were now starving out or just fucking eating local wildlife and one-shotting anything that tried to eat them.
God.
And considering, at this point, there were
But they
5
kind of.
fucking
Oh my
million of them.
god.
That happened a lot. So, with local wildlife being
Burn them.
absolutely fucking decimated, the
Burn
BSES
them.
was forced to acknowledge that maybe, just maybe,
Just maybe. Oh. Just maybe.
but oh
Just
well,
a tiny
everyone makes
bit.
mistakes. Nothing we can do about it. No, they left it for the government to clean up. Sir, a second horde of creatures has escaped the cane field. Fuck! Yeah, they realised just how much damage was being
Oh my
done,
god.
and in 1986 began funneling federal funds into controlling
Triple the
population.
toad
They
budget.
tried trapping and physically removing the toads, but unless they had 5 million traps, that wasn't going to do shit. Biological warfare was proposed in the form of releasing viruses and parasites, but was shot down because it would do just as much damage to the native
True.
wildlife.
That is
And
very
so,
true.
the toad front continues to advance to this day. So where does that
There's
leave us?
no way.
Short answer is kind of fucked. Cane toads now threaten a
Oh.
total of 75
No
native
way.
species. And they've even driven populations of animals like the northern quoll to complete extinction in parts of the country they infest. And with the population now sitting at 200 fucking million toads, that infestation is spreading, with predictions showing they will be fucking up ecosystems in 5
Oh my
states
god.
in the near future. And given that
Dude,
they have
like-
amassed a population 10 times the size.
Oh my god. It's like I understand you guys can't really do anything, like, but at the same time, actually you can. It's like I understand you guys don't have a lot of what is that called? Like little traps for them, but like removing some of them little by little, it might help. Is either that or just letting them be and just letting them like ruin everything. Like, holy shit. I can't believe the toad is legit holding everybody hostage.
Of the humans in Australia, the government has completely fucking abandoned the fight for eradication, switching focus to harm reduction. using bait toads covered in non-lethal but unpleasant substances to try to teach local wildlife that toad bad. On top of this, the government has encouraged the broader public to, just f***ing kill the toads. You are supposed to do it humanely by catching them and sticking them in a freezer for 48 hours, but, most people don't want a frog taking up their freezer space. So they just use a f***ing golf club or a car. Driving in my car
right after a beer.
And with this being Australia, our wildlife...
Wait, hey, that toad is sweet like a deer.
is also putting up a fight. Keelback snakes, for example, are immune to their venom, and
okay, that's good.
And magpies have learned to flip them onto their backs before getting a feed. Now, jokes aside,
oh, amazing! That's actually great.
Genuinely f***ing awful for the toads. They
Why?
didn't ask for any of this shit. They just got dumped on a random island.
That's true though.
And now they are being actively hunted. No. The assholes in this story are the BSES and the cane growers. Because you may be thinking,
is very true.
Why were they allowed to do this shit in the first place? Well, that's the neat part. They weren't. The federal government
Excuse
banned
me?
the f***ing idea when they came up for it in 1935, based on the advice of entomologists who rightly presumed
Dude, this is stupid.
would become a bigger f***ing issue than the
Oh
beetles.
my
but
god.
The BSES and the cane growers lobbied to have the ban lifted in 1936. We are stuck in permanent toad combat because these dickheads looked at scientific
That's insane.
advice.
I can't believe that,
and
bro.
Went, nah,
They're so stupid.
You have got to be fucked. G'day,
Bro, oh my god. I can't believe toads should have Australia hostage. It's insane. And I agree with him. Like, at first I was like, oh, fuck these toads. But I kind of do feel bad for them. They were just put there against their will. It's just like, hey, it's just here, man. Let us live, you know? Just trying to reproduce and do my little duties. You know, you have people hunting you. Well, alright, my little lights. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!